Hi, so today I thought we would take a little bit of a look behind the scenes so that you can kind of get a peek again, because I've shown this many times, but I wanted to give you a peek at to what and how we make things. Today specifically, we're going to take a closer look at hand dyed and the process that we do to go through that. The end product you're going to see is Hunter and the number 11 in Brooklyn. So just so you know, we don't hand dye those ones, but I just wanted to give you kind of a look of what everyone was doing this morning when I was down on the floor, and I hope you enjoy the behind the scenes. So let's get started. The very first thing that anyone needs to know when working with leather, especially if you're hand dyeing it, always dye it before you cut it into your final product. Here we're dyeing it black, and here we're going to dye it brown because we had some people asking us for brown patina and brown Gemini. So we were like, you know what? That's very easy to accommodate. And I happen to love this color of brown. It's medium brown by Phoebings, if you're interested. We like to have kind of a mottled look, so we don't concentrate too much on getting a perfectly even coat. This one will be yellow one day, and that's a piece of Gemini. We always finish our dye with super sheen, and if you're in the leather industry, you know what that is. But it's basically kind of, it goes on milky, and when it finishes, it gives kind of a little bit of a glossy finish to the leather. I think it looks lovely, and I guess that's why we do it. Then and only then, once everything is dry, do we cut it out. And here in the lighting, this looks very blue. It could be blue, honestly. It probably is blue because that looks like blue to me. Does that look like blue to you? Anyway, the next thing we do is we thin down the leather for the pockets and the things that go inside. So that is what he's doing right here. He's just thinning it through on the big machine that we have that does this. This machine, it was a heavy investment, but we did it and I don't regret it. These here are sidekicks that are getting ready. They first must have their zipper put in, and here we have just that. She's putting in a zipper, and I kind of snuck up behind her and surprised her with the camera, but she's very carefully putting the zipper in, one stitch at a time, doing her very best to make sure every stitch is right where it should be. So one of the last steps is we put our logo on every product, and he's just showing a sample of what that process looks like. This is just a sample piece of leather, but it's also hand dyed in the green color. And then if you notice the handle on this letter opener, her husband made that for her so that she would have a comfortable grip because she does this all day long. So we do this to every single product before it leaves. And here we have our shipping department prepping your order to be shipped. She's very meticulous, very careful. She likes everything to be just so, because when you receive your item, she wants you to know that a lot of care went into not only the making of it, but in the packaging and the inspection and all of that. So we like to add a little sticker. Then we weigh the item, and then we are going to print a label for this once we get it in our system. I'm telling you, adding that laser scanner was such a good idea because we were having to punch them in individually. So excuse me while I blur out some personal information. We don't want to share that with everyone. But the label goes on, and then the envelope goes into the mail ready for pickup. And this is an example of the kind of things that we make. Of course, Hunter is not hand dyed, but everything else is handmade. And the Hunter comes in two colors. It comes in this olive tone and then the light tan that you saw earlier. And this is what it looks like when it's set up. It has some dashboards and some B6 inserts. I also have the pen loop glued onto a piece of cardstock and inserted in the back pocket. So yeah, that is what some of the behind the scenes looks like. This is a Brooklyn number 11, and that one I use constantly. I love it, and it has a little pen loop that's been riveted in so it's permanent. I hope you enjoyed looking behind the scenes and seeing how things are made here at Chic Sparrow. If you're interested in buying anything, it's chicsparrow.com. Or if you just like taking a peek behind the scenes, welcome. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Please like and subscribe.